Mexico is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. They have everything from snow-covered mountains to tropical beaches where you can sit and drink in the sun. Not to mention, this is the birthplace of the taco. Everyone in the world needs to give respect to Mexicans for bringing the taco into this world. Now, in this country's rich history, there have been plenty of crazy things that have happened that cannot be explained. Hello, most amazing Top 10 family. I am your host, Reina, and for today's list, we are going to be looking into the unexplained with the list of top 10 scary unsolved mysteries from Mexico. As always, I would love it if you could like, comment, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell. Also, stick around for the whole list because I'm going to be doing some more pet shoutouts, which you guys love so much. Remember, if you want me to shout out your pet, you can hit me up on Instagram. And without taking any longer, let's get into this list. Coming in at number 10, we have the treasure of Lima. Back when the Spanish had colonized most of Central and South America, they were going to great lengths to collect all the treasures they could find. They wanted to make one of the largest collections of wealth the world has ever seen, and they managed to put together a pretty good pile until revolutions started popping up all over the place. The island of Lima held a massive treasure, and to save it from falling into the hands of the people who were revolting, the Spanish government made a plan to move all the goods to Mexico. This shipment of goods contained several gold statues, rare jewels and metals, and even just straight up cash. Now here's where things get murky. Some people say that the treasure made its way to Mexico. Other people say the treasure was hijacked by William Thomas and his men took the treasure to Cocos Island, but they were arrested and executed before they could come back to claim it. Others say the Mexicans struck a deal with Thomas and now the treasure is hidden. Coming in at number 9, we have the crystal skulls. One of the strangest artifacts that has ever been uncovered in Mexico are the crystal skulls. They are extremely rare and well crafted, and they could have just been pieces of art that were commonly traded for goods back in the 7th and 8th century. This was when the Mayans were a prominent civilization in Mexico. Now, the mystery behind these skulls mixes into a few different areas. First, no one really knows who made them. They are so rare and they are so dispersed. Some of them are even being found in southern countries like Belize. It's unclear how many people had the skill to make such a piece. Also, there is a mystical element to this. There is a legend that says once all 13 skulls are found, it will bring the end of the world. So I guess we should probably stop looking for these things. Coming in at number 8, we have the dead zone. Yeah, anything that catches that nickname can't bring something happy. You don't call a place the dead zone because it's full of candy and sunshine unless you're trying to lure kids in there so you can eat them. The dead zone is an area in the state of Durango. For whatever reason, it's almost impossible to get any sort of radio waves to pass through this area. If you get lost in there, you might be stuck in this desert until the blazing heat takes you to a dehydrated grave. Now, this has baffled scientists for years, and recently it has been chalked up to an electromagnetic disturbance, but there hasn't been enough research to verify this. Also, many people have made claims of seeing extraterrestrials in the area. Coming in at number 7, we have the death of Mario AMADO. This is a wild case with a series of twists and turns. It starts off with two couples heading down from California to Mexico for a nice getaway. The year was 1992. The couples consisted of Mario and his girlfriend Paula, and his brother Joe and his girlfriend Debbie. They all arrived in Mexico at a condo in Rosarito Beach. The couples would be staying there for the weekend. The first night ended with Mario and Paula getting into a vicious argument, which eventually cooled down. The next day, Joe and Debbie were out, and Paula and Mario got into it again, and this time Mario was arrested. When Joe and Debbie came back to the house, no one was there, and Paula arrived later, but Mario was still missing. It was not long after this that the police arrived and told the three of them that Mario was dead. He had hung himself in jail. This was very suspicious, and after an autopsy, it would seem that Mario had a serious injury to his liver before he was hung, and there was a lot of evidence showing that he was murdered, but the police closed the investigation and called it a suicide. Coming in at number 6, we have Where Are the Aztec Rulers? When you go back through time, you can find a lot of the burial sites of ancient rulers. If you go snooping around a pyramid, you might find a sarcophagus that has some old dude who's mummified and he's stuck in there. But the thing with the Aztec rulers is that none of them have been found. Now, this could be for a few reasons. Some people speculate that the Aztecs used to burn their leaders and spread their ashes after they died. But there could be a chance that the remains were kept somewhere sacred and we haven't discovered it yet. Coming in at number 5, we have the Mexican Mothman. A little over a decade ago, there were some very strange reports coming from the town of La Genta, Mexico. People had claimed that they saw a massive winged creature that looked as if it might have been part human. People from all over the city were saying that something that was around 9 feet tall, covered head to toe in hair, and had a massive wingspan was flying over people and following them. The explanation for these sightings has never been solved. This could have been a hoax put together by some local kids who were trying to freak people out, or did Mothman actually work his way down to Mexico for a little visit? Coming in at number 4, we have the Island of Dolls. One of the creepiest creepiest things that I have ever seen. The Island of Dolls is a famous tourist attraction that is deep in the jungle close to Mexico City. The former owner of this island found the body of a dead girl who had drowned in a river close by, along with her doll that was floating next to her. He took the doll and hung it up to appease the spirit of the girl. For the next few years, he hung up more dolls to keep the girl's ghost happy, until one day when the man was found dead. He drowned in the exact same spot as the girl. No one knows how he died in that exact spot. Coming in at number 3, we have Gordon Collins. Another story of couples heading down to Mexico for a little trip. Maybe you should go in groups of 3 and then you'll be fine. Gordon, his girlfriend, and his 2 friends went down to Mexico for vacation. They were supposed to stay there for a week. One day they rented a boat and they went out to do some fishing, but a huge storm hit and 3 of their bodies were found dead in the water. It was thought that Gordon was also dead from the storm until a few days later when he was seen walking around the fishing village. His parents came down to find him, but after following a trail of sightings, he was nowhere to be found. Then he popped up in Cabo San Lucas. His parents chased him down again, and once again, he was nowhere to be found. After this, 70 sightings of him were reported, but he was never found by anyone looking for him. It's thought that he might have been suffering from amnesia. Coming in at number 2, we have MEHA Island. How can you make a whole island disappear? Well, it seems like somehow someone did this. The MEHA Island was apparently an island just off the coast of the Yucatan in the Atlantic Ocean. There are documents recording the location of this island that date back over 400 years. But in the 1970s, it would seem that the island existed no more. The location of where the island apparently was is now just an open area of ocean. Not even like the island sunk below sea level because of rising water levels. No, there's no trace of this island ever being in the area. There are rumors that the United States destroyed the island so they could travel through the area without breaking international charter laws, but if they did this, how did they do it? And coming in at the number 1 spot, we have Chichen Itza. This is one of the most famous structures in the world, built by the ancient Mayan civilization. It stands as one of the wonders that will blow anyone's mind. This is a similar mystery akin to the pyramids. There are rooms inside Chichen Itza that are built so perfectly that you can hear into other rooms, and it's said high-ranking officials would wait in these rooms and eavesdrop on conversations so they could seem like they had godly knowledge. There's also a point at the front of the pyramid that produces an amazing echo response. When you clap at the front of this point, it sends out a noise that can be heard a kilometer in every direction. It's these amazing feats of ingenuity that make people wonder, how did they build it? I know a lot of you people think that aliens built the pyramids, and I know you guys know that I love conspiracy theories, but I'm going to go on a different angle. The mystery is, what technology did they have? Everything they built was so precise. We still have no idea how they did it. There are points in Chichen Itza that are lined up perfectly with the points of north, south, east, and west. So the question stands, how did they do it? All right, everyone, that is our list. Thank you so much. And as promised, I'm going to be doing some more pet shoutouts. Remember, if you want me to shout out your pet, you can hit me up on Instagram. I pick new pets every day, so if you don't get picked one day, you can message back another day. And without taking any longer, let's shout out some pets. First up, we have Bandit, who is looking like the best husky of all time. What a beautiful dog that is. Right after that, we have the amazing Firu, such a cute little chihuahua. I know a lot of them can be chirpy, but I would let this guy bark all day. Next up, we have a crested gecko, who is a pretty awesome hiding spot. Then we have Harley, who is Pantene Pro V level hair. Look at how amazing that dog looks. And to close it out, we have the husky Anastasia, who is looking like such a pretty dog. All right, that is all we have for you today. As always, I would love it if you could like, comment, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell. Until next time, I've been your host, Jade Arena, and keep checking out those unsolved mysteries. Bye.